What's up? Hello. I'm Essence in case you didn't know. And welcome back to my channel. Something came in the mail today. My address is on it. So I'm gonna open it before I open it. Pose for a thumbnail. Yes, Fenty Skin came in the mail today. I'm gonna try it out, and I don't really know how else to intro this video besides saying this is gonna be a first impressions on packaging, price point, and initial use. And then I'm gonna come back in 2 weeks with a update to show you guys how I liked it, and all of that. So let's not drag this out. It's pretty late. I'm gonna wash my face. In this video, also, to clarify, I have on no makeup right now. I haven't had makeup on all day. I didn't like wash my face and then come on. Just haven't had makeup on today. But I'm also going to insert a clip of me washing off makeup with the cleanser just to see how that works too on initial impressions. Okay, that's the first thing I'm gonna use, which is the Fenty Skin Total Cleanse R, cause like hard R at the end. You get 4.9 fluid ounces, which is kind of a lot. It is, pulling up the price. So this is $25, which for the amount that you get in here, I mean, it's kind of pricey compared to even Mario Badescu, Clinique, some other brands, but I mean, you pay for the name basically. This packaging is really cute. This is plastic, it's not glass, and you twist this and the product just comes out. You squeeze it out and then you twist it back closed. It says hyper clean, soft skin without stripping or drying, daily cleanser and makeup remover in one. Okay. And then it says directions. Use day and night to remove makeup, dirt, and impurities. Wet skin, worth into a lather, rinse for external use only, yada yada yada. So this is like step one. This is what you would use to clean your face, to get your makeup off, all of that. And then what I'm assuming is step two is the fat water. It'll focus. Again, really cute packaging, the like lilac purple almost. This Fenty Skin down the front. It's 5 fluid ounces for $28. This is a pore refining toner serum. So this is, you know, like your witch hazel, your Noxzema almost is what I think of. This does just screw off. I don't think there's another, if there is another way to get this out, I'm not sure what it is.
That could just be me not knowing how to use the product. Because something's clicking. So maybe if we... Okay. User error. If I remove this sticker...
You just, it works like the cleanser. You twist it over, and then I'm assuming you just squeeze it out, click it back. And this is $28. I mean, it's a lot. You wouldn't really need a lot of it. Like, I just put a little on the back of my hand, and that small squeeze I did covered a lot of skin. So I don't think you'll need to use a lot of this all at one time. So it could last you a while, depending on how you're applying it and how much you're using. And let's see what this one says. Instantly refines the look of pores, reduces the look of dark spots, even skin tone, and fights shine without stripping skin. Okay, the last item that I got is the Hydra Visor, Invisible Moisturizer, Broad Spectrum SPF 30 Sunscreen. So the whole kit, which I like, retails for $35. But what I do like about it is being more environmentally conscious and friendly. Once you buy the kit, you don't have to rebuy the whole kit. You would just rebuy this piece and you just put it in. And when I initially put it in earlier, it punctures the bottom and again, slide up, pump it, slide it back down. That also smells like peaches, so maybe that does have a fragrance in it as well. Okay, we'll see. It's also kind of pinky toned, as well as the cleanser is also like a peachy tone. So the whole set retails for $35, and the refill retails for $30. So you're not really saving like a significant amount of money by keeping the bottom half and just buying the refill. It's a $5 difference, but it does help reduce plastic waste and it's very environmentally friendly, conscious, all that. So I see the benefit of it and I see the idea and I think it's a great idea, but I think if you're, I don't see the point in paying $35 for the whole set and then $30 for the refill. I feel like there's no benefit or reward almost for using the refills instead of just rebuying the whole set each time. So the bundle, if you buy all three all together, Fenty, it's out of stock right now as I'm looking at it in real time on August 7th. But for all three, the starter kit, you can get them for $75. And I know that shipping was free when I initially looked at all the information and just didn't screenshot it because that's who I am as a person. And it says it's an $88 value. So you do save a little bit of money buying them all three together instead of separately. I'm not sure why you would buy them separately when you could buy them as one starter kit unless you just wanted one item. Okay, so let's start with the Total Cleanser. I'm gonna turn the water on. If it gets a little loud, sorry. I prefer to wash my face with a washcloth. You do you, and I like to use cold water. So it says to wet the face and then apply. So I'm gonna wet my face just with my hands. My hands are clean because I just took a shower. But I don't like to wash my face in the shower. It's not good for your pores. Conserve water. So again, I'm just gonna twist this up and just apply like a dollop. I'm gonna apply the amount that I would use of my regular face wash. So the first thing I notice is it's tacky. Like it's thick. Which isn't bad. I don't think this is scented. So I'm just gonna, it's very thick. It's, let me wet my fingers. Okay, so you need a significantly wet face, which I normally don't have or need because I don't wash my face in the shower. To get a good lather on this, because it's almost just sinking in to my skin. I'm gonna apply just a little bit more. So this is more than I would typically use. So about that much more. And let's go in again. The forehead. Get the eyebrows. So any makeup that comes off is just leftover makeup from yesterday. It's been a very long, lazy day for me. Okay, so as you can see, this doesn't have like a sudsy type of lather. Like if you're looking for like a hand soap type of lather, this is not the product, but it feels good. It does have a scent to it. It's not necessarily the same peachy scent that the other products have, but it definitely has, you know, something going on. So we'll work that into the face pretty well. And now I'm just gonna take my washcloth and rinse it off my skin. I do see that it is picking up some dirt, a little bit of dirt, some oil. You can see that on my hands, some leftover makeup, because I did just use a makeup wipe to take my makeup off last night. And I haven't washed my face today because I knew that that this was coming today. So I'm definitely picking up leftover foundation. Which, I mean, whatever. Sometimes it's just one of those days. It is coming off pretty easy. It's not like leaving behind any weird residue, no stickiness or tackiness. I normally have, because I have it mostly off. I normally have issues in the eyebrow, eyelash area of like getting the soap and suds out. But again, this did not lather the way that I expected it to. And so I'm just gonna, like, as you can see on the bottle, like, I don't know if you can see that. Let me turn the brightness down. There's like some makeup that it pulled off on the bottle from me touching it with my wet hands. And there's also some product left in the squeeze tube that I'm just gonna wipe away. So it's not a big deal. It's not a whole lot of product that's like left behind, like in the applicator. So you're not like losing a lot of money with that. I just wanna make sure my skin's real. I mean, it feels clean and it looks clean. It doesn't look drastically different than it would if I used my regular skincare, skin wash, facial cleanser. There's no tautness or dryness. There's no redness of the skin. Yeah, so first impression, it was okay. It wasn't anything spectacular. There's nothing about it that made me go, wow, this is a really good cleanser, but it wasn't really bad either for me to be like, wow, I'll never use that again. It's good, but is it $25, I think it was? From first initial impression, just from washing my face with it this one time and the smell and the lather and all of that, would I spend $25 on this product? No. Because, again, first impression, when I update you guys in 2 weeks, I might have a completely different outlook. But from first impression, this did no more for me than my regular skincare. I guess we'll see throughout the course of the next 2 weeks. Also, I do need to put it up against like a full face of makeup. So, we'll see. But from clean skin, I mean, I'm not super impressed. But moving on to the fat water. This definitely has a very strong peachy smell. Like, you can tell that there's fragrance in this. I'm just gonna pour it. Actually, I don't know how people normally apply this. Just apply over face with fingers. For my normal toner, I use a cloth, but it says apply with fingers. So I'm gonna do as the instructions say for today. Oh, okay. So it's wet. Because it is a oil-based, water-based serum. So it's not like thick to be just pouring into my hand. But also, I didn't use a lot and I feel pretty confident that my whole face is covered. It definitely smells like peaches. my face now, so it's like peaches. I'm gonna use just a little bit more. So again, there's leftover product on the applicator, so I'm just gonna take that leftover product and work it into my forehead, which is what I feel like didn't get super covered, but it's not Rihanna's fault that I have a big forehead. Just gonna work that into it. Okay, the first things I'm noticing immediately, my T-zone is dry. I'm very oily. I don't have combo skin. It's not sometimes oily. I'm very oily. Like, I am an oily girl. My T-zone is significantly drier than the rest of my face. It wasn't this dry. I was feeling good after the face wash. And just looking at my skin and knowing what I normally look like after I wash my face, I'm getting just some slight redness on the bridge of my nose and starting to form under my eyes. Okay. It's nothing too terrible. It's just a little irritation. There's also some glitter on my face. I'm not sure what would have left behind the sparkle, because those are bubbles, not sparkles. Product, the moisturizer with SPF. Again, same application product process. Click up. I'm just gonna pump my normal amount. I like to apply moisturizer directly to the face, so I'm just gonna pump it right on my forehead, and a little on both cheeks, how I would normally apply it, and start working that in. She's thick, but it's definitely not a interesting. So earlier I was confused on if this was scented. It is definitely scented. Okay. I don't know if it's the added SPF that's making it so thick, but it's definitely thick. I'm gonna apply just a little bit more straight to the fingers. So I used 1 pump in each area earlier, and then 2 pumps into my hand just now to average out for 5 pumps. Just a little bit more in the cheek area, and disperse that all over the face. Okay. I want to give it a second to dry down before I make this comment. 2 things I want to jump in real quick and say about the lotion. It has a very strong tea tree oil, peachy smell. Second thing, my skin's burning. And I have semi-sensitive skin, but I wouldn't say fairly sensitive skin. Like, most things don't break me out. It definitely fixed that dryness in my T-zone that I was concerned about, but it is kind of burning. But also, again, that's no fault to Fenty. That could definitely just be my skin reacting, because as it's drying down, there was a gray cast at first, but as it dries into the skin, that grayness kind of disperses a little. And I think once I had it, like if I was getting ready for the day, once I had on foundation, that would cover that up completely and it'd be no problem.
I also use the Lancome one, but I use this one more often. Apply it to my fingers and rub that in all over the skin. Also, Fit Me Matte and Poreless and 365 Warm Coconut alternate between bouncing it into the skin and small circles to kind of spread it. Really get under the eyes, down nose, around mouth. And make sure the foundation is all over the skin. I use the LA Girls Conceal It, Cover and Conceal Concealer in Tan. And I go in all over the look. I still use the Too Faced Becca Morphe Mattifying Continuous Spraying Mist.
Anyways, jumping right on in, I have the Fenty Skin Total Cleanser. Let's try it out. So, one thing I did learn during this past week is that your face needs to be very wet for this to work well. So I'm going to give it a fair shot, and I'm going to completely wet my face with a washcloth, which I said earlier that I prefer to use when washing my face. So, okay, this is how much makeup came off just from rubbing the cloth on my face with just water. I'm going to rinse it really well so I can show comparisons, hopefully. Also, fun fact, the water in my house hasn't been getting warm when I wash my face in the sink, and I don't wash my face in the shower. So I've been washing my face in cold water, purely. So again, I'm gonna show you guys how much I'm putting in my hand, because I didn't do a good job of doing that this time. So about that much. And again, going straight into the face. As you can see, it's white typically, as it was in the first pick. It is turning brown, which is my foundation color, almost immediately. So I've never used this with makeup, and so far, without, cleansing my face, I'm impressed. I can see the amount of foundation pulling up. Rinsing my hands in between, just to kind of prevent buildup. I'm going to go in with a little bit more of the cleanser to do my forehead region and my eyes. I feel like one of the biggest testaments to how good a makeup remover is how well it removes eyeshadow. I feel like the foundation, at least for myself, for brown girls, it's kind of hard to tell when your foundation is completely off. But the eyes, you see leftover eyeshadow. Okay, going in with a washcloth now. I'm going to rinse this off and see if I feel like we need to do a second pass. Which isn't a big deal if we do. I typically do a second pass with my regular foundation as well. With my regular cleanser as well. Shadow is gone. And as you guys saw, that was just a glitter, which is nice. It's kind of spread around the face, but that's just what glitter does. My lips gloss is gone, my highlight's gone. My eyebrows are, they're mostly gone. But I do think I want to do a second pass just to kind of make sure that I'm getting as much foundation off the skin as possible. So I'm going to wet my hands again, fully wipe the face. I'm going to go in with about the same amount of cleanser. That much. And let's just see what happens. So it is whiter. It's a lot whiter this time. But you see as I get more to the nose, under the eyes, it's starting to turn brown again, which means there was definitely some leftover foundation on the skin. Going to the forehead. Yeah, and my eyebrows, it's turning a little gray, which means there's definitely still product left in my eyebrows. The forehead's a little yellow too, but for the most part, it's mostly white/gray, which is the color we want. I'm gonna go to this white spot right here, and I'm gonna let me get closer. As you can see, it's a mostly still white spot. I'm gonna go in and just kind of rub around See if anything comes up, if it changes colors at all. I mean, so far I'm impressed. So it definitely did pull up just a little bit of makeup, which again isn't that big of a deal. I still have sparkles on my skin, which is to be expected, but overall not that bad. I don't feel the need to do like a third pass through with it. That seems, I want to be fair in my judgment and my review, and I wouldn't do a third time with my regular skincare routine. So I'm just gonna do two, gonna put her away. I'm gonna give my final thoughts while I wrap this up. Seeing the cleanser with makeup and after using it for 2 days, I think it's fine. It got the makeup off for the most part. It didn't do any worse than my typical cleanser, but it didn't do any better. It still took 2 pass-throughs to get all the makeup off. It still left a little bit of residue behind, but it's not irritating. It doesn't have a scent, which is nice. There's no irritation afterwards. There's no, I don't have a big hang up with it. Now, is it worth the 25, 23, 20 something dollars? I guess that's a matter of opinion. For myself, no. But again, I'm gonna keep using it for 2 weeks, and then come back with another update for you guys. But based off of now 4 uses, not really. It's not anything super spectacular. It's just a cleanser. You guys know how I feel about this. Not a big fan. Don't really see any benefit to adding it to my routine besides it drying me out, which even though I do have oily skin, I don't necessarily look for products that dry me out as much as I look for products that mattify my natural oils, if that makes sense. And moving on to the last product, the moisturizer. Applying it like I do my typical one, and like I have been throughout this whole process. Okay, that was an accident. I forgot I have to twist it down. This is now my 4th time using it, and the smell still is jarring to me. The burning that I initially had with this did subside after that first initial use, so I don't know if it was just my skin getting used to a new product or if it was a fluke that first night, but I haven't had any burning since then. Again, I'm not a fan of fragrance in my skincare, and this and the Fat Water both definitely have a scent to them, but for the most part it's a pretty good moisturizer. It does leave behind kind of like a oily residue, which I like because it adds back in some of the natural texture. It adds back in some of the natural texture to my skin that the Fat Water kind of strips away. And I do like that it has an SPF in it, because these past 2 days I haven't been wearing makeup. I haven't been wearing makeup a lot recently, actually. It's just been way too hot. I haven't been social. I've been like working on moving and all of that, so it's been nice to have some added protection just in my skincare routine. So first initial impressions after 4 uses, if I were to rebuy any product, it would probably be the cleanser. I can't initially see myself rebuying the Fat Water, and again, I like this. It's not a bad product, but I think I said that this was my favorite product initially on the first day. It's not a bad product. It gets the job done. It's just, I don't see the benefit in this being $35 and this being $30. I know that the product is in this, but I don't really see this itself being worth just $5 or this being worth $30. I mean, It even says the purpose of it is sunscreen. So you still have to use a primer. It's not even like a moisturizing primer. It's pretty much just sunscreen. And $30 for a sunscreen? I'm not sure. I'll insert a clip of my regular skincare. I'm looking at it. I'll insert a clip. But yeah, overall, I mean, Fenty Skin's great. Rihanna doesn't really do much that's not great. But for the average, everyday person, I say save your money off of initial impressions. I say that like $80 is a lot for 3 products that don't really work better than the other stuff on the market. It's really cute though. It'll look cute in your bathroom. But, okay guys, that's all I've got for you. If you want to keep up with me on my other social medias, my Instagram is 2_essence with an extra E at the end, and my Snapchat is essencelovechi. I also have a TikTok that I've been posting previews to videos on. That is also under 2_essence with an extra E at the end. You can listen to my podcast. I update it every Wednesday/Thursday. That makes me really sad. That makes me miss Jenna Marbles. I post on there every Wednesday/Thursday. That is under the same name as my YouTube, Diary of a 20-something. I talk about whatever I feel like talking about. This week I am going to talk about the reason that I did not move to campus and why I left my RA job and my experience being an RA, because it was kind of hell. That's all I've got for you guys. I love you so much. Thank you for coming on this journey with me, and I will catch you guys next time.